In America, newspapers are disappearing. I get one newspaper, and I am a rare person among even my friends who are journalists. Not all of them get a print newspaper at home. Doesn't mean they don't get the news. They get wonderful news, but they don't get a print publication. So I just want to acknowledge that you are really lucky. However, there is a storm coming that is going to change the journalism field at some point. America has lost thousands of journalism jobs, maybe 15, 20,000 journalism jobs, newspaper jobs in America. And can you imagine if those many jobs were lost here? The Madras Union of Journalists and others, the Press Club would all be fighting. But in America, it's a hire and fire system. It just happens. And I think it's really tragic because there is still magic in a newspaper. You have someone has decided these are the stories, the order, the sequence, the photograph, all of that matters. And that's why I think that when I talk to Indian newspaper owners, they tell me they're not so worried about the market because we make so much money, it doesn't matter. I believe this cannot be sustained forever because the next generation of people who are going to be growing up are not going to be interested in print as much. I wish it were not true. Think about the next generation of Indians who is going to come and get online. The next 100 million Indians who are going to join the internet are going to be using cell phones. They're not going to be using desktops and laptops. They're going to be using everything on the cell phone. And they're not going to be in English, and they're going to be mostly consuming video on the phone. So it's going to make a big major change. My advice to all journalists anywhere in the world is to learn digital skills and add that to your toolkit so that you can do blogging, you can do video, you can take photographs. These divisions are going to increasingly disappear. And that's what we need to do in media today in India. We need to change before we have to change. Because when we have to change, it is too late. And nobody wants to change when you're successful. In fact, nobody likes change generally. One of my favorite expressions is, I'm all for progress, it's change I cannot stand. Why change? Because change is very uncomfortable. And so my message to Indian journalists is, please prepare now for the storm. Please prepare now for the changes. Please incorporate digital journalism into what you're doing. Please work together. Now, if you're within 2 years of retirement, no problem, right? You can manage. But my message to the young people here, look at them. They're going to live in a world.
Government of India has already given a Digital India plans and everything is going digital. Even the media, many of the media, even digital only media have started coming in. Many sites have come, exclusive sites. But very unfortunately, they don't have any recognition or accreditation. In fact, I have been thinking for a long time, why not we take up with the Government of India for an accreditation? And they are not allowed even in the press conferences or any exclusive. What is the world level situation there for digital only news media?
As I was thinking, in the West we have won this war, right? Won this battle. We fought against not just government non-recognition, PR people who were not interested, public relations people were not interested, sports, non-profits, NGOs would not give us accreditation. We have won this battle. So my suggestion to the DJAI and others is to take it up with the Government of India and say to them that you have to approve digital-only publication. India has so many digital-only publications now, right? The ones I read include Scroll, Quint. There are so many new ones, right? Huffington Post India. I met one of my friends from Delhi, H.R. Venkatesh, has a new publication called Neta Data, NETADATA.in. Please check it out. I think it's very exciting. He's going to bring data coverage to politics. It's going to be very important. Why should he not have the same access as a journalist from a TV network? His journalism might be much more serious than the other person who's just screaming all day long. And he might be more of a journalist and less of an angry person. In fact, I know he is more than most of those people. So I would suggest that you and all of you please take that up, and whatever support we can give you from the outside, we will. You can look up the Online News Association. Their website is www.journalists.org, plural, journalists.org. My suggestion, by the way, anybody here making an app, I have 3 simple rules. You make your app, make it simple, make it useful, make it delightful. Useful, simple, delightful. Most people, when they're making an app, whatever the opposite of that, let's make it really complicated, let's make it not useful, let's make it opposite of delightful. So simple, useful, delightful is my way in which I look at apps. Of course, if you're making a game, it doesn't have to be very useful, it can just be fun. And that is the issue we have in America, and we absolutely have the same situation there. You used to get what we call print dollars, right? For an advertisement in print, you make 100 cents. Let's say you get $1 for a print ad. When it moved to digital, you're getting 10 cents. And now in mobile, it's even worse. What are you getting? 1 penny, right? So 10 cents is called a dime. So we say we've gone from print dollars to digital dimes to mobile pennies. And we still have to feed our children, we still have to run the office, pay for electricity, all of that. How do you do it? And that's a big problem in the US. And part of it is that advertising has to shift also. And that's why BuzzFeed, which many of you know, there's an India edition, has been very successful by doing native advertising, trying new advertising models. But you have identified the problem. How do you make money on all this? In a way, when people hear about journalism, and when I was a dean of admissions at Columbia, I was supervising admissions and career service at Columbia, people would say to me, how can you charge so much money for an industry that's dying? And I would say journalism is not dying. Journalism, the business model is in deep trouble, but more journalism is being consumed and created than any time in history. It's the business model that is not clear. Like how will we pay for all this? Right? That's the thing, and I don't have a simple answer. But among the things is doing different kinds of things, including doing events. A lot of American media companies now have full divisions that do events all the time. And I think in India you also have them, like mostly there are awards and speeches, conferences, things like that. India Today has a conclave, all of that. So what are the ways in which we can make money to support all this journalism? And that's the big issue that we all have to tackle.